Hi everybody, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. I'm here to bring you a video on using the spring corner dies. I focus just on those and I hope you enjoy the video. If you like dies as much as I do, I am sure that you will. I'm going to change my, sorry, but I'm bringing this up on Facebook, on my monitor real quick so I can hide my little pointer, because my little friend loves to jump at the pointer. So anyway, I do want to tell you that the last chance video is up. Not the last chance video, what am I talking about? The last chance items are up on the online stores. Whoever your demonstrator is, you can go to their store. I have mine written down, you can see that. And they have a lot of stuff in there that's going to be going away that they put on last chance. And usually they always said retired and it would go. It says last chance. It will stay until it's gone. So, you know, it's not like at May 6th when this new catalog goes live. It's not like all of those will go away. They will not go away until they're gone. So it gives you a little bit more of a chance to buy them and, you know, get all your favorites in that you like and that. But I wouldn't waste time because you never know how many that they have and what they will do. So I just wanted to let you know about that. I am in Ohio, but I would love to have your business. I don't care what state you're in. I would be more than happy to accommodate you for any orders, or if you would like to join Stampin' Up and join my team. I would really love either one of those, and I'm really trying big to get new customers, grow my team, and just be a business leader. That's what I want to do right now. So anyway, I'm going to show you my cards, and when I turn the camera down, you'll see my store, ritaholmes.stampinup.net. You will also see a host code there that you can use to order from, and that host code right now helps me. Now that's going to go away April 15th. I think that's, or April 18th is when that will stop in the US. So I know the South Pacific theirs is a little bit sooner. So anyway, but right now we have a host code and we can use that, and I have that down. So if you do place an order with me, I would love it. I am going to have an ordering special where I am going to offer a kit. I don't have the cards made. I was going to do it yesterday, but they were here tearing out my front porch and putting a new porch in. So I didn't want to spend all my time in the basement because, you know, I was kind of watching what they were doing and just up there if they needed anything. So anyway, I hope to get them done today. I will do another video on that special. I will tell you it's going to be an order of $40 or more. You'll be able to get this kit that I'm going to be putting together with like 3 cards in it that you can make. I'll send the kit out. I can't stamp images for you, but I can send everything else out in that kit. If you don't have the stamp set I use, you can always order it, or you can use something that would look good with that paper. So either way, it's fine. And that's about all I think I need to really say right now for all of that stuff. So let's turn the camera down and you can see the cards that we're going to make and that. So let me turn this down. Of course, my little sidekick just knocked the camera just a little bit crooked, but she's funny. There we go. There she is, being an ornery little self. So let's pull the camera down so we can see the cards a little better. And not so much of Moxie. We don't need to see all of her today. I did 2 different cards because I actually want to show you two different, not really ways to use, it is ways to use the dies. But I love these corner dies and I love using those. And I'm going to show you how I did those to make it easy to where they're kind of even apart like this, okay? So let's set these aside and we will get started. We will need to bring in the die cutting machine to do a couple things. So here it is. I'm going to bring that in and I'm going to show you what we're going to be using. Here is my PDF. That can be found over on my scrapbook group, Stamp Crazy VIP. You can join that. You can go to the files, and all of my videos that you see that I do on Tuesdays and my Simply Saturdays on Saturday have PDFs to them, and they're all over there in that file section. Now, YouTube is going to be taking away our videos. If they're the live videos that we do, they are in the process of taking all those away. They will only be on for 30 days, but my files will stay up. My YouTube videos, if you watch this on YouTube or after this is taken down, well, you're seeing it on YouTube, but for anybody that watches my lives over on the Facebook group, my YouTube videos will stay. They will stay. So we won't have to worry about those leaving. So I wanted to show you that and tell you you could go pick that up. Those are free, a complimentary from me to you for watching my videos. So both of our cards are taking a 5.5 by 8.5 inch card base, scored at 4 1/4. So we have that for both cards. This is for the inside of that card. I'm using Pool Party for this card. I'm using Lost Lagoon for the white card. And then I have two pieces of white cardstock that goes with on top of there. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take these two because they have to be die cut. So we're going to set these to the side. We don't need those right now. I'm going to bring this out, and I did set my here it is, top piece out of the way. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to show how I cut this circle out of the white. Moxie, you have to just chill. I'm going to have to knock you down. She loves the die cutting machine. She saw me get it out. That's why she did what she did. When she was a kitty and my helper, she did really well. As she's getting older, she's like getting on my nerves because she's in the way. So I put my circle down, and then I go ahead and I put this die in the center of the circle. And I'm using scrap paper, so I just got to make sure I get my circle in there to where it cuts and get this in here. And it really doesn't matter how you lay it. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. It's just got to be inside that circle. So there we go. I'm going to put this on top. Moxie's watching it because she loves to watch this go through for some reason. I know, there it went. So she had to watch it. Being the kitty that she is, she had to watch. Okay, I am going to bring this up. We don't need that scrap anymore. I can lay that to the side. I'm going to pop that circle out. Then I'm going to pop this out. And then what I will do with this is I'll take and pop out all of these little pieces. I'll just bring my little garbage can over here. Should have did that on the last video, but I put them all on the floor, so I'd have to vacuum, I guess. I wanted one more thing on my list to do today. So I'm just poking these out. I don't know if you can see that, but so I poked those out, and there's my circle for when I do that card. We've got that done, okay? And then I'll just run this through my little roller. And that was the largest stylish shaped circle that I used there with the flower cluster die. I call it a flower cluster die because it does have a little cluster of flowers. And that die set is right here. So we're done with that. I can put it back on here. And it comes with these little borders, corner borders. And we are going to use that next. But I got to poke the stuff out of the holes. Because I didn't do that on the last one. I was going to get that done before I started this one, and I forgot I had not done it. Because I don't want those in there. I want this to cut nice and evenly. And if you have cardstock stuck in there, sometimes it doesn't. We're going to be using this border also. But this cuts the balloons. This cuts some of the stuff that's in the stamp set, which is right here. It will cut your balloons. It'll cut this. I think it will cut the hearts. You can cut both sides hearts. I don't know what this one's for. I'm going to say just, I don't know. You could probably put ones of little sayings in it, whatever. This is this little flower right here. And then that is a flower border, and this is a scallop border. So that's what's in the dies. And that's what's in the stamp set. So it is nice to use. And I like it. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I cut these. This is measured 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So I'm going to lay it straight on here. This measures 3 3/4 by 2 1/2, and I made that as a template to lay these down. Lay them down right. I just try to center through here, here, and on the sides. If I can get that pretty well centered, then I feel like I'm good. And I just tape that down. This is one that I don't want to move on me. I put it in at an angle so you don't hear that great big clanking noise. Moxie's after the... She loves the die cuts. Don't even ask me why. I could not even begin to tell you. So I want that to stay on my paper. So there it's cut out, and you have 2 flowers that stay, and then the leaves are cut out. And these little pieces you want to get off of your plate, because if they're stuck on there, they will make impressions on your card. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Moxie's head. Get your head out of the way. I'm not playing. She thinks I'm playing with her now. Would you move? Be nice. I'm going to put you down. I'm not playing right now. You are though, aren't you? Oh, I forgot to take these little holes out. Let's do that real quick. I lost my little pokey tool. I put it back, that's why. I'm going to poke those out real quick. I don't think if they're left in there, you will get those punched out as well. Now Moxie's looking in the garbage can. Better that than being here with us. So now what I do is I line these 2 up right here. With the flowers. And then I add the edge here. I'm putting Moxie on the floor. Go play. So there we have one cut. I'm going to go ahead and cut the other one. We're going to do once we get these cut, then the cards go quick. Moxie, I put you in the floor for a reason. Leave the stuff in the garbage can. No. Move. And here I'm going to do the exact same thing. Get this little piece off of here. I'm definitely going to have to sweep my floor when I'm done. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to try to line that up evenly. I think if Moxie could become a stamper, she would. Out of the garbage can, please. There you go. She'll be back. She's my little sidekick. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to line that up between those two flowers and just tape that down. Moxie, why are you infatuated with the garbage today? I have a little garbage can on top of my Moxie, that's going away. Tell it bye. Get in the floor and play with it if you want it. I'm surprised that my Post-it tape has lasted through all the cards. These are like the 8th cards I've made with this. And I just keep these dies on here because it's just easier for me to do with the corners. And I'm going to store it on here also. And when I put it on my back on my die set, since I'm done with it, those corners will stick and they'll go right there. And I'll just lay that like that into my little pouch pocket that I use for my dies. And that way that's in there like that, and I have it on a template so I can just store it that way. Makes it nice. Okay, now I'll show you what I do with these to make life a little easier. Is I take my pokey tool again. I call it the pokey tool. Get the center of my flowers out. And if there's any of the leaf parts left in, I get those out. Make sure those are all out. Then I just take this under each of these petals and I push them up. Gives it a little 3D effect. And it'll let the color behind there show through a little bit. Well, she is bound and determined to get in that garbage can. I think I'm going to sit it in the floor and let her play with it. So there we have those 4. And now I'm going to do these 4 right here. And I got that really close on that side of that card, so I may cut this card down a little bit. I did that on my last cards too. One of them I didn't get centered right. This one's real close. Well, So I'm going to trim that just a little bit. Oh, I forgot to do the last one. Thought I did it. This is the most time-consuming part of this card, or these. Pinch up my little holes that I forgot. Doesn't really matter, I think, if you do this. We're going to put a gem over it, so that part doesn't matter a whole lot. But I am going to cut this one side down. I'm actually cutting it down all around. There we go. So, that's for those two things. Now we're going to put the card together. Let's put the petal pink one together. So I'm going to fold my base of my card. And I told you it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and take this inside piece and I'm going to adhere it to the inside. You can use your favorite adhesive to do that. Mine is our green, we call it the green glue. It's Tombow glue with the green cap, in which I have filled in this bottle of this precision glue gun because I wanted to use our own glue. And that's what I did. So there we go, that's inside. And I'm going to take this and we're going to use a piece of ribbon. Here's the card we are doing. So I'm going to take me a piece of ribbon and I'm just going to cut it big enough to where I can put it around the back. So we'll just cut the ribbon like that. It fell on the floor. I have had everything fall on the floor today. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to use my tape runner to hold this glue down, hold this ribbon down. So that holds that in place. And then I can go ahead and adhere this to my card base. Now I'm going to put glue on my ribbon. And I got that flower really close over there. That bothers me, but I'm going to finish my card. I cut each side so that they both look even like that. That they are closer on the one edge at the top and the bottom. I am going to put this to one side like this, and then I'm going to go cut real quick, because that's how much I cut that down. I'm going to go cut that real quick for my card base. Looks pretty good. And that will go right here, which will show more of my petal pink, and that's going to be fine. We're not going to really care about that. You know, that's because, you know, we all mess up sometimes. I'm going to take a Lost Lagoon circle the same size, and I'm going to glue those two together. But before I do that, I'm going to stamp my thank you. Not Lost Lagoon, that's Pool Party. I'm going to stamp in Lost Lagoon. And I'm going to make this a thank you card. I can use all the extra thank you cards I can. And there we go. Clean that a little bit. And if you notice in this card, I have petal pink centers on my flower. And when I glue this onto the piece of Pool Party, I'm not going to have that. So And I just glue around the outer edges, and this big part right here, I put some extra glue. I don't try to glue in between the flowers. That's not necessary on this. And then I match my circles up. Press around the outside to make sure that we get a good bonding on the two. Okay, we have that. So what I did was I ran that flower again through a piece of petal pink, just a scrap, so I could have these right here. I want to make sure all of these are sitting right side up. This little one, he's a little guy. He goes in that little flower right there. Then what I do is I take my glue and I go ahead and I just glue in each circle, or I don't want to really say circle, the flower center is what that actually is. Then I take, this is the easiest way to pick those up, I take my pick tool. If you don't have one of these from Stampin' Up, they are wonderful. They're $12 and they come with 2 tips, and these are interchangeable tips. And then you can buy extra tips for it that does different things. And this one has putty in it, and you can buy just putty, the refills for this. And you just twist that to where you see some putty. And I just pick that up, and I'm going to lay it right here in the center. This is a great tool. If you don't have one of these, I pick gems up with it. You know, pick a lot of stuff up with it and lay it down in my card where it needs to go. It's just easier to be a little bit precise. There we go. That is all of the centers. So that's all I did for that card. Isn't that pretty? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to add these around my card. To put that on there, and all I'll have to do then is add it to my card and put some gems on it, and it's done. Isn't that pretty? The biggest thing is doing all your cutouts, and I personally would do all of those as I get all those done on however many cards you're going to make, you know, like batch do it and get your die cutting done, and then you can just assemble your cards and it works out great. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this card and I'm going to put dimensionals on the back also. I love dimension on my cards. I do a lot of this. You don't have to do this. I do have a card over here. Let me find him. He's right here. I just glue that one straight down. So there's this two. That's the difference. You can't tell a big difference, especially on the screen, but there is a little bit of difference. But you can do that if you don't like to pop up your card front. I will wait and embellish this when I embellish the next one that I do, that I will show you. It's going to go much quicker. I have everything cut for it. I didn't, but I wanted to show you how to cut this circle, and I think that looks so neat. Then I'm just going to add this to the front of my card. And there we go. And the only difference is, and I think I really kind of like that I see more of the petal pink. And this and this, these are close, these are further away. Kind of looks like I meant to do that because that's how they're put on here after I cut the paper and squared it. So in my focal points here, so you're not really looking at those edges. So it works. That's how you do, that's how you cover up your mistakes. And I'm good for covering up mistakes. And on my cards that I made, I took the little flower from the stamp set and stamped in here. If you want just a little extra something in there, that works. So I'm going to fold this card base. This again is the same size, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. That's going to be our card base for this card. And we already have this. I'm not putting a ribbon or anything on it, so I can glue this one down. This one's going to go fast because of that. We don't have to worry. So we're just going to add this. I shouldn't have to cut it. I should be okay. I want to make sure my edges are down. That's the important thing. You don't want those flapping up there. So there's that. And I can go ahead and put my dimensionals and pop this one on. Let me show you the card we're doing, which is this right here. So let's pop this up. I use a lot of dimensionals, don't I? I like them. I think they're worth every penny that I pay for them. They add so much to your card without doing a lot. And they still go through the mail, you know. It doesn't call for extra postage, or I've never had to pay extra postage. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this to the front of my card. Get my fingers out of the way a little bit more. There we go. And I'm just pressing where those circles on. Now what I'm going to do, I cut 2 of the squares out of the stylish shapes. I didn't use the smallest one. Take that away. I used these next 2. The second and third smallest is what I used for this card. And I cut out the scallop corners that's in the dies that I showed you. These do not fit perfectly all the way down the edges, so I did that as a diagonal because I think it took it away and than using it square. And I'll show you what I mean here in just a second, okay? So what I did to glue these down, I just did a little bit of glue on this border. That's what this precision thing is really good for. You could also just put you some glue dots here and let it just hold in the corners if you wanted to, if you don't have to where you can put glue in a really thin line. Okay, so what I do is I just line that up in the corner there and glue that down. And I'm going to take the next one and do the same thing. Now I could take my glue, and I'll do it on this one just to show. I could take my glue and just do a fine line down here, making sure I just get to the corners and I'm not going all the way up, because I know that that does not go all the way up. Let's see how this works. I haven't done it this way, but we'll show it this way. So I can put that down. And I'm going to have to make sure that I press that down as I go. Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to stamp the hello on here. And there again, I'm going to use Lost Lagoon. I like the darker color. And I have my glass mat here, so I'm just going to put that as a diagonal there. My little diamond shape. Kind of helps me know where the center is and to center that. So I'm just going to put that in there. Okay. And I used dimensionals and I put the hello onto my card. It's a good thing I'm about done because I'm running out of dimension. I'll have to use my scissors. So I did this at a diagonal. I just put this down as a diagonal. I took this, held that down, and just like anything, I matched my ends up, tried to get my diamond shape. Now when I put this on the card as a diamond, I don't see that ends as much because of this end. But when I put that square like that, I see that more. I don't know if you do, but I like it as a diagonal better, like this. So what I did there was I also put this on and I let it, I tried not to get onto the circles so you can't see through this, But I try to get that to hold a little bit of the, oh, now see where I glued that down? That's not staying like that. There, I pressed on it. Whoops. But what I'll do with that, it's going to be okay. I'm going to put my dimensional there to hold that down. And I'm going to cut a piece and let it hold this corner down here on both sides. And I will do that right here. I'll put that one like that so I don't get in the circles. So I've kind of touched it on all corners so that it won't come off. I think I like putting my glue on my little scalloped piece. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to center this in here. And now all I am ready to do is put my gems on both of these cards. So let's do that. I had used these on this card. These are the new in colors, but I don't have enough of that color a dot. So I'm going to go back to these. 2, 3, 4. I have enough to put on both of these cards, and I'm just going to use the lighter color on it. It's no big deal. No real big deal here. So let's get our pick tool out again. And we'll pick up these little, sure we will, after I said that. And we're going to put them in the centers of the flower. You can use any kind of jewels you have to do this, and you can even use the rhinestones and color the basic rhinestones, the clear ones, and you could color them with your Stampin' Blends to match your paper, which is really cool. I've done that in other cards. So there we have the 4 dots. Now on this one, I did add some, because for some reason on that card, I just wanted to add some dimensionals or some just some dots. There we go. So there's that card, and that one I just did that. I left it plain, you know, more plain, and I like it really well. We have 4 on there, so if you take it and add 3, you know, you get your 7, your odd number. Or I could just add 1 down here by hello, and that makes 5. It's because I always say odd numbers. So I think that's what I'll do, and I think I'll just do that because I can on all of my cards. All of my hello cards are now have 5 on them. There we go. So that's my cards, and that's done just mainly using the Spring Corner dies. They are an online exclusive, so you can go online and order those. It's very easy. I lost my host code. I bet it's, nope, it's not down under there. I do not know where it went. Here it is. There is my host code. There is my store. So you can always go there and do that, and I'll lift it up if you want to take a picture of it to where you can see it good. But if you use the host code, and there's my store you can go to and order straight from me if you don't have a demonstrator, and I would love it. So there you go, and enjoy. If you have any questions, just put it in the comments because I do go back and read those. And if you comment, you know, on my video, I really appreciate that. That helps me a whole lot. Comments, thumbs up, any of that. Subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to it, please do subscribe to it. And I would be forever grateful for that. So you guys have a blessed day for the rest of the week. I am going to try to come on with another video, and it will probably be live. I don't know if I'm going to pre-record it. I may, but I'm going to show the cards that I'm offering in my special on If You Order From Me, and that starts today, but you're just not going to see it. If you order from me and you order over $40, you are going to get a card kit from me, okay? So I will get those cards made hopefully later today, because I forgot to do my newsletter for the church, which I always go out on the 1st, so I've got to go get that done. That's my next quest here, is to finish that, and then I will spend the rest of the day working with my Stampin' Up! Stuff. So there you go. And also, if you don't have a demonstrator and you need a catalog, please let me know, especially if you order from me and you don't have a catalog. I have them. I actually have them in my hands. I'm just not allowed to give them out yet. So as soon as that happens, I will be giving them out. I'll be mailing them. If you had ordered from me in the last 5 or 6 months and you live out of town from me, you have a catalog coming in the mail. That might not be there till the 1st of May, but Stampin' Up! Mails those out, and that was easy for me to do for my out-of-town people. Okay? So there you go. There you have it. That's the scoop from Rita, and I hope you enjoy your day and have a blessed week, and I will see you soon. Bye.